But first, let's begin with breaking news from overnight. A deadly attack outside the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. A gunman killing 2 Israeli embassy staffers as they were leaving the museum last night. That 31-year-old suspect, Elias Rodriguez, detained there at the scene, and he was heard chanting "Free, Free Palestine" as he was being arrested by authorities. NewsNation's Tom Dempsey has the latest from Washington this morning. Tom, just agonizing. What more are we learning about the investigation at this hour?
Hey, good morning, Markie. Well, at this hour, you can see the scene of this shooting looks like this. Not only do we have police tape still up hours after this all happened, but a police officer stands guard here in D.C. The Capitol Jewish Museum is only a short distance from where I'm standing. And for some perspective, for our viewers who might not be so familiar with D.C., we're only about a mile from the U.S. Capitol building, and an FBI field office is also only a short distance away. And this morning, the FBI saying it has interviewed this suspect and describing this violence as targeted violence. But Markie, this all began just after 9 p.m. last night here in D.C., like I said, just outside of an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum, only a mile from the Capitol building. Police say a man then walked up shooting and killing 2 people who were outside at the time, both described as employees of the Israeli embassy here in D.C. And adding to the tragedy of all this, Markie, the Israeli ambassador to the United States described the victims as a young couple about to be engaged, identifying them as Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Lynn Milgram, describing them as being in the prime of their lives. Police identified the suspect as 31-year-old Elias Rodriguez from Chicago, and video actually captured him chanting "Free, Free Palestine" as officers arrested him.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Investigators say people observed Rodriguez pacing outside the museum before the shooting, and he walked into the building before being detained. But following this violence, one witness described what he saw. Take a listen.
I was walking by, and a guy came up and looked like a gun. I couldn't tell what it was, but I heard it afterwards, the shots, and he shot this young couple. And he ran inside and yelled something. I couldn't make it out what he said. He just ran up. It was terrible.
This shooting, though, has gotten worldwide attention now. President Donald Trump commented overnight, posting to Truth Social, "Hatred and radicalism have no place in the United States. Condolences to the families of the victims. So sad that such things as this can happen." Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also posted, writing, quote, "My heart aches for the families of the beloved young man and woman whose lives were cut short by a heinous anti-Semitic murderer." He also said he would boost security at Israeli missions around the world. One thing we will note, Mark, is that Attorney General Pam Bondi actually visited this site last night as investigators were out here as well, busy going over this scene. The D.C. federal attorney will now oversee this federal investigation, Markie.
Just pure evil. Tom Dempsey live there at the scene in D.C. Thank you. We'll check back in just a little bit. Let me now bring in former Secret Service agent for both the Bush and Clinton administrations, Donald Lane. Donald, good morning to you, sir. Talk about awful for these families and the Jewish community as a whole. Put us on the ground there. Just a few hours later now, where you think that investigation likely stands this morning.
Good morning, Markie. Sorry to be here under such terrible circumstances. The investigation is going to be into full swing at this point into who this individual is. Did he act alone? Is he in concert with others? Did he work for some radical organization? So they're going to be looking into this just despicable, heinous act of anti-Semitism and murder here. This poor young couple. Hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it, and that he acted alone here and was motivated by his own radicalism rather than it being an organized event.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.